Today, we are going over every single American League team and what I want to see from their offseason in less than 15 minutes. Welcome back to Good Sports for You, where we are talking about good sports for you. And like I said, today we're going to talk about the keys to the offseason for each American League team in less than 15 minutes. We're trying to average less than a minute per team. Before we hop into it, I want to remind you to like, comment, subscribe, do all those things. I appreciate it so much. And also, you are the expert for your team. So if you have something else to say, comment it down below. I would love to discuss it. But we are going to start off as soon as I click this timer in 3, 2, 1. Starting off with the Blue Jays, bring back Bo Bichette. He is so vital to this squad. He's going to be a lot of money, but I think he's going to be worth it. Him and Vlad are like besties, so keep him. Keep Vlad happy. Vlad is so important to your team. Bo Bichette is so important to your team. This team had such good chemistry. You don't want to mess that up. You also need to sign another starter. It's going to be softened because Trey Savage is going to be coming up, and he is going to be one of your guys long term, but I would love to see them sign like a 4 or 5 starter because you're going to be losing Chris Bassett. You're going to be losing Max Scherzer. That's 2 of your 5 guys. Trey Savage is coming up. You're going to need to sign at least one more guy to shore up that rotation and make sure that it's ready to go for another postseason push. Next is going to be the Orioles. My biggest thing for the Orioles is stay the chorus. I've talked about this before with this team. I do not think that you need to stress. I know that you had one bad year where it didn't go well. You have a team that's absolutely stacked with raw talent. All these guys used to be top prospects. So keep on that exact same train. I do not like them trading Grayson Rodriguez. I think he could have been a valuable part of their future. But what's done is done. Keep the guys that you have for right now. Go out and get another starter though, because now you're not going to have Grayson Rodriguez, who could have been a starter for you. But also, your starting rotation was pretty weak before. You also still have valuable guys in the farm. So if you want to make some trades here or there, you can do that, but go out and get another starter, but do not trade your core guys. Adley Rutschman, Gunnar Henderson, Jackson Holliday. Keep all those guys intact. Colton Cowser, all of those guys. Make sure that you keep them around and just stay the course. I do believe that it's going to work out. Next up is going to be the Tampa Bay Rays. Go back to your home stadium is the biggest thing. Get back there and have a fun squad. You have a fun team. You have Junior Caminero. You have Chandler Simpson. I want to see more fun. So you know what? If it's just going out and putting together a complete team, I don't think you're going to be competing this year. And honestly, that's totally fine. Just go back to your home stadium and have a good and fun team. I don't need to see any big trades. You know, maybe make some small trades here or there like the Rays do, but nothing big. Just keep your guys. You have a good squad right now. Just make it more fun. Make it more exciting. Next up is going to be the Boston Red Sox, and my biggest thing is let the young kids become the stars. You have a team similar to the Orioles, but just progress a little bit further. That, like, the stars are going to be the young prospects. You have Roman Anthony. You have Marcelo Meyer. Like, these guys are going to be your future. Alex Bregman, I'm okay with you not bringing him back. I'm okay with not spending the big bucks to bring him back because Marcelo Meyer can definitely take over that position. He can run third base for you guys and you will be totally fine. I don't want to see you guys signing somebody who is going to clog up the system because, oh, he's a veteran and we're bringing him in and taking the spot of one of these young players. You want to have these young Rafaela, have those guys like develop and become those players that you want to see in the future. This may not be your year this year. I know that you found success later this year, and that's totally fine. Maybe this year is going to be an off year, and that's okay. You want to develop these young guys and these young prospects. With that being said, you do need to figure out a little bit of what's going on at first base if you want to compete at all. Is Nathaniel Lowe the future? I'm okay with him being the guy for right now, but figure out what you're doing long-term at that first base position. Next up, we are going to have the New York Yankees, and my biggest thing is bring back Cody Bellinger. He was so valuable to the squad. He's a plus defender. He's one of the only guys on the team that actually knows how to swing the bat that isn't swinging the bat for power. He knows how to create contact. He knows situational hitting. He is a vet that you're going to want on that squad 100%. And the next thing is going to be trade Anthony Volpe. I know that his trade value has gone down a lot. You may not be able to get a lot for him in the future. But at the end of the day, he is still a guy that has team control. Teams want players who have team control. He was a former top prospect. he's still like an MLB player, a young MLB player who has the chance to develop. But right now, he cannot stay in the Bronx for so many reasons. One, he has only gone down in his time with the New York Yankees. I imagine that his confidence is hurt. I imagine that his ego is hurt. And the second part is going to be the fans do not like him. The fans have booed him multiple times before. You are having this kid be put into a toxic environment where the fans don't like him. And if the fans don't like you, I imagine that you wouldn't want to be there either. So trade Anthony Volpe. Figure out what is going on there. Like, I just think that something needs to be done. And it's going to be pricey to bring back Cody Bellinger, but I do think that he is going to be worth it because you're also losing some bats. Like Paul Goldschmidt's probably going to be gone. He was a plus bat for you this year. Cody Bellinger, you got to have him be one of your guys. He's still a plus defender. And then the final thing is going to be, we're spending a lot of time on the Yankees, is Ryan McMahon going to be your long-term option? And by long-term, I mean the rest of his contract. It's fine if he is. He plays a good third base, but the bat isn't there, and you're going to have to live with that, which is another reason why I think Volpe needs to be gone, because if you already have one negative in your lineup, you can't have two negatives in your lineup with Anthony Volpe. Okay, moving on, we're going to be talking about the Cleveland Guardians. The biggest thing is going to be add a bat. Is that going to be in right field? Your right fielders were like really struggling with the bat this year. Is that going to be that kid that had debuted in the playoffs in Chase DeLoiter? If it is, that's fine. You also need a first baseman. Your first baseman bat was not there at all. Is Cade Smith going to be your new closer? How are you going to deal with all the gambling stuff and the backlash of that? Clase is gone. Luis Ortiz is probably, like, these guys are probably going to be gone forever. How are you going to deal with all of that backlash? And the next thing is don't trade Steven Kwan. He is one of the best players on your entire squad. You cannot have him be gone. But if you do trade him, you need a king's ransom. I'm talking multiple top 100 prospects. You cannot settle for anything less. He is one of the reasons that your team is competent right now. Next up is going to be the Kansas City Royals. They need to get a bat in the outfield, whether that is going to be developing Jack Caglione. He struggled so mightily this year. You need him to be better. He has the potential to be better. I watched him play in college. When he was at Florida and I was at Tennessee. He's a dog. He's really good. He is a physical specimen, but how do you get him to that next level to be a competent MLB bat? Because right now, he is not that at all. If you don't think that he's ready, it's okay to leave him in the minors for one more year, but then you need to sign either some sort of veteran bat or anything, because your OPS plus this season was 96. That means you were 4% worse than league average, and you had 3 guys with OPS pluses above 120, including Bobby Witt Jr., who finished top 5 in MVP voting. So you have 3 extremely good bats, and you don't have anything else to back it up. You need to get an outfield bat. Next up is going to be the Tigers. I would love to see them lock in Skubal to a long-term contract. He is going to be the pitcher of the future, basically forever. He is a 2-time Cy Young winner, and currently he's running out of team control, so I would lock him down to a long-term contract real soon. Next up, you have some of the top prospects in baseball, including 2 top 10 prospects. That's going to include Kevin McGowan, who's a shortstop. So the question is Trey Sweeney the shortstop of the future? He really struggled. So are you going to bring up this other young kid to try to replace him at shortstop? Because that was one of the biggest holes in your lineup this year. But if that's not the case, you may want to look into trading some of the top prospects in order to make a big splash, because the AL Central is very open right now. Next up is going to be the Twins, and I'm going to say this may be controversial. Commit to the fire sale. Sell. You do not have enough quality MLB players to make the push right now. Whether that's going to be trading Pablo Lopez or trading Joe Ryan, you got to trade one of them, I think, at a bare minimum. Try to get back some top prospects. The one thing I will say, I don't want to see them trading Byron Buxton. I want to see him be a franchise Twin. But right now, whatever is happening, it can't go on anymore. You got to choose a direction, and the direction that it seems to be leaning is sell, so you have to commit. You cannot stay in a weird in-between. The next team is going to be the Chicago White Sox. The only thing I can say about the White Sox is small increases. Look for the tiny wins. Don't go out and make a big splash in free agency. Don't sign another multi-year deal like Andrew Benintendi that is taking up forever and taking up a lot of cash and everything like that. Don't do that. Work on the young players. Look for the small wins, small increases there, and you'll be fine, right? You have some really, really good, young, talented players. So what I would say, go out and sign a veteran that is going to show these young players what it is like to be part of a winning culture, because you don't have that right now with the White Sox, and you got to go out and do that. Next up, we go to the Los Angeles Angels, and honestly, I don't even know what to say about them. Try to set yourself up to make the playoffs in the next 5 years before Mike Trout's contract is over. We need to see Mike Trout in the playoffs at least one more time. Maybe make some small sells here or there. Don't do anything major. If you got some long-term contracts on the books, which they do, maybe make some moves here or there. Do not make any big splashes, and for everything, do not make any large free agent signings. We do not need to see another Albert Pujols, Josh Hamilton, or Anthony Rendon. We don't need to see any of that ever again. Angels, just try to make some small trades and build up this team. I liked the Grayson Rodriguez trade for you guys a lot, so keep doing things like that. That is going to set yourself up in the future to make the playoffs while Mike Trout is still a player in the MLB. Next up, we're going to have the Houston Astros. You got to bring a starter, and if that's going to be re-signing Framber Valdez, you're going to have to do that. But if not, you're going to need a workhorse. Framber was so good for you guys this season that you need someone else who is going to eat up those innings and be a starter. And you're going to need another starter because the rotation was really weak this year outside of Valdez and Hunter Brown. If Valdez is going to be gone, you got to make some moves. I would love to see them bring back Valdez, but like I said, you got to have a backup plan. You got to have an option B. And my next thing is going to be, you got to keep Jose Altuve at second base. You cannot put him back in the outfield. That was an absolute disaster. It looked bad for all parties involved. Keep him at second base. I think it's just way better for him. And the next thing, if there's any way, try to keep Yordan Alvarez healthy, whether that's going to be holding hands and singing around him, whatever it may be. Try to keep him healthy because he's such a valuable bat that you need to have. My next team is going to be the Athletics, whether that's the Oakland Athletics, the Las Vegas Athletics, the Sacramento Athletics, whatever it is. They need to not get people upset is honestly my thing, and I don't even know if that's a thing to say as a key to the offseason. Just don't make people unhappy. You've made already so many people unhappy. And the way that you are going to do that is by keeping your young players around, keeping them productive. You have such a good team. Nick Kurtz, Jacob Wilson, Lawrence Butler, all of these players are going to be so valuable for the team. It is a young, fun team. Try to keep that going. I will also say, you got to maybe sign another starter to try to eat up some extra innings. I didn't love the Luis Severino signing for them last year. It was kind of odd. It was kind of weird. You don't need to do something to that level. Maybe a mid to low level starter to just eat up innings because your offense is so good. Maybe make a push, maybe not this year, maybe next year. I'd say a year away from being a year away. At the bare minimum, just try to stay the course. Similar to the Orioles, you have such a talented lineup. Next up is going to be the Seattle Mariners. The first thing was bring back Josh Naylor. They've already done that. They signed him to an extension. And the next thing is figuring out what you're doing at the other corner infield position. You're going to lose Eugenio Suarez most likely, so are you going to try to re-sign him? Is he going to be too expensive? If not, what is your plan for third base? Are you going to have one of your young prospects take over third base? Are you going to have one of your younger players in the big leagues right now try to take over third base? Are you going to try to make a trade? Are you going to make a signing? Whatever it is, you got to figure out what you're doing with third base. They already tried to fix it last year. Obviously, things didn't go as planned and you didn't make the World Series. So how are you going to do it again? This team needs to keep competing. You have one of the best starting rotations and you have a guy who arguably should have won MVP. So you got to keep the pressure on. The AL West is extremely weak right now. You got to be the top dogs. Next up is going to be the Texas Rangers. This is our last team. Find a way to develop the starting pitching that you have right now. Jack Leiter, Kumar Rocker, those guys were supposed to be your aces of the future. Find any way to make them more productive. Send them to a pitching lab. Whatever it may be, you need those guys to be pluses. Maybe sign an extra starter because there is going to be some injury concerns there. Jacob deGrom is always injury prone. Is Nathan Eovaldi also going to be hurt? Is he going to have the season that he had this past year? And then, like I said, also with health with Jacob deGrom, find any way to keep DeGrom and Corey Seager healthy. Those things are the two most important things that the team can do this offseason, is keep your guys healthy. Because honestly, they have an expensive team already. They have a pretty complete team as well. There are not a lot of things that you can do. So the biggest thing is just hope for health and develop the players that you have right now. And that is every single team in the American League. We finished it just over 1430. That's all I got. If you got anything that you want to say about your team, say it down below in the comment section. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all those things. And I appreciate you so much. And I'm out. Peace.